The information doesn't tell us exactly what will happen with a Shibarium or what changes they made, but it does help us figure out what is going on, why it is going on, and how it might be good or bad for Shiba Inu. We're going to talk about that. I only want you to smile at me, lovely. Let's do the Shiba shake after you hit that like button. As of right now, Shiba Inu costs 0.40s or 1.18. The Shiba Inu has actually been following the trend line very nicely, right? Very pretty. In this case, I put the line here and it kept jumping off of it and holding. So far, it's going up towards the 1046 level, so we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens. Bitcoin has also gone up and is now very close to the 44,000 level. It is up 1.64% today, and the market as a whole is up 1.86%. But the market has been very bumpy today, right? Matic is up 7.5%, Doge is up 4.5%, Cardano is up 18%, and more moving up. AVAX is up 13%, Seal is up 7%, and Bank is up 18%. There have been a lot of moves today. The internet is acting strangely. It might be slow or something else, but everything is moving faster now, and it's a nice Friday, right? So this is a very good move on the Friday market. It's very, very interesting what's going on because some big cryptos are moving in the double digits. The Shibarium number is still with us, right? That we can see here, no burn, right? There won't be a huge burn, but it will probably be a huge number. There is already $1.17 million gathered, which means that when they burn, there will be $1.1 million because they have already burned only 74,000. Once more, this hasn't been proven, but it's just a guess that this whole thing is in bone. People worry that if they change all of this at once from bone to Shiba Inu, the price of bone will change, which could have an effect in some way. That's not why they're doing it, at least not yet. I don't understand why it's taking so long, do you? We were meant to get $25,000 and then blow it all up, right? We're having a lot of success with Shibarium. Check out 60, 65, 44. Some are smaller than 331. We'll see if it goes down a bit in the next few weeks, but this is still showing. I did notice that the Wolf Swap is almost done minting all the Shiba Inus on the SARC-20. So maybe it will go down a bit when that happens. We'll see. Still, nothing is certain, right? Let's talk about what the no-nodes wrote here for a bit. This is a website from the company Nonodes that talks about a lot of different blockchain topics. They wrote a piece about it here. It's already December 6, which means it's from 2 days ago. I don't know if this is with the Shibarium team, but they basically explain what the hard fork is and what it means, right? We will look at how the most recent hard fork in the Shibarium network affects the ecosystem, network coins, and dApps in this piece. You will also learn how to connect to and access the Shibarium RPC full node and what role the Shibarium fork plays in the future development process. As a way to attract makers and users, Shibarium wants to make its native tokens, shib, bone, and leash, faster, cheaper, and more useful. To get the most out of the Shibarium ecosystem, you need to understand how forks work, what blockchain is, and what new features the creators of Shibarium have added. What is a fork, and why does it matter? That was my mistake. I thought about code forks as coder issues instead of blockchain fork issues. But now we'll talk about what they mean and how they might affect the blockchain, right? Right, so there are two main kinds of bends. Let's start with this. Progress is always being made, and every network needs to be updated, made better, and given new ideas all the time so that devs and crypto fans can have a better user experience and do things on the blockchain faster and safer. This is needed to put those blockchain developments into action. Forks are an important part of blockchain technology because they can have a big effect on how well a blockchain network works, its community, and even its value. Let's end this now, right? There are some people who are very upset about the hard fork. Let's talk about what a hard fork is and why it's happening in a moment. But first, I want to say that when you launch something, things can go wrong. For example, we had Puppetnet, which is a testnet, and then they deployed Shibarium, and things went wrong, right? It works better now that the problems have been fixed, right? Over time, the people working on Shibarium say things like, hey, maybe we should do this, maybe we should do that, this would be better. Along with that, people who are working on Shibarium are giving them messages saying, hey, this isn't good. You should change this, do that, and help them out, right? Remember that it's not a company that makes money and then can work on making the product. Even if you have that, you'll still need new ways to create upgrades, new versions, and everything else. Making things better is always a good thing. You can't just leave. Even Ethereum is changing things on its network, right? And these changes are being made. They knew they needed to make some changes after a few months. Let's go back a bit. There are two main kinds of forks, hard forks and soft forks. Forks that don't break things that were already there. This means that the old rules can still be used with the new rules, but not the other way around. For soft forks to work, only a majority of miners need to change and follow the new rules. As long as most people on the network agree with the new rules, the fork is successful. You know that software updates and small changes to the protocol are examples of soft forks, right? Hard fork, these won't work with your old files. A hard fork makes a clear and lasting break from the previous version of the blockchain. Nodes that are still running the old version will not be able to connect to the new version. For this kind of change, all users and nodes need to get the most recent version of the protocol software. If not all nodes agree to the upgrade, a hard fork can split the blockchain into two different ones. The split between Ethereum and Ethereum Classic is a well-known hard fork. So, in this case of a hard fork, if, say, the validators don't accept the newest version, this wouldn't have any effect on Shiba Inu, right? Shiba Inu is not the blockchain's token, okay? It's bone. Now, if I understand this right, there would be bone and new bone in this case, right? So, as an example, there was Ethereum, which is the coin ether. It went from Ethereum to Ethereum Classic, or Luna Classic to Luna 2.0, right? I thought Luna was the blockchain's currency. In this case, this is what I understand. Please tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. You know I read the comments, right? The market can also be changed by forks in a big way. They open up a new market for ecosystem tokens and coins, which could lower their value. So, they can also add important new features that make a blockchain more useful and raise its market value. I don't understand why they might lower the value, but okay. Furthermore, hard forks can have a big effect on the ways that blockchain networks burn, especially when they happen. These changes can have an impact on the token economy, community agreement, and how a network works and is seen as a whole. It doesn't matter what, right? In this piece, he doesn't say that it will make things worse, does he? Now they talk a bit about what's going on with the Shibarium fork, all right? New functions and the way the blockchain will grow in the future. Shibarium is built on top of the Ethereum network as a Layer 2 solution. It aims to create a better and easier to use environment, especially for decentralized finance, DeFi, and non-fungible tokens. So we've recently seen how the SRC20 markets have been growing on Shibarium and making all these deals possible, right? This could be very good for the network if we get more of these, right? There are more deals, so there are more gas fees. There are more Shiba Inus that could be burned. Of course, it's good for bones, but it's also good for